Hey, welcome to the last part 5 of Childbirth Labor Tips with Gile, your doula. Today's last tip, which is like, it kind of encompasses all the other tips that I've shared so far. And then I'll add a little extra little tidbit there, is eliminate fear. Fear is going to be the thief of you having a beautiful, transformative birth labor experience. Okay, so there's a lot of fear mongering. I mentioned this in the first video. There's a lot of fear mongering with regards to childbirth and so many unnecessary interventions that are administered to women who are perfectly healthy, who are perfectly capable of having a natural and an assisted childbirth without any interventions. But we see doctors, obstetricians coming in even and administering these interventions even when there is no need for these interventions. So a lot of this and a lot of why sometimes there might be interventions is because of fear. Like when you are afraid as a woman who is expecting, who is pregnant, you've heard all the horror stories of people's bad negative birth experiences. You are consumed with all of that. It affects you negatively, and that fear can actually just cause unnecessary things happening in your body. It can stall your labor. So when you're afraid as human beings, whether you're pregnant or whatever, but when you're afraid, your body shuts down certain systems in your body that are not necessary for defense, you see. So that all the blood goes to the areas that are necessary for you to defend. Yourself. And in the case of a person who's pregnant or who's in labor, and you are consumed with fear and anxiety, and you're not relaxed, you're not surrendering to the process of giving birth, you don't trust your body, because this is also another important thing. As a laboring woman, a pregnant woman, you need to trust your body. Your body knows what it is doing. It is made to give birth. Like, our bodies are created in such a way that they are made to give birth. Carry a human being, give birth to that human being naturally without any unnecessary interventions. So when you're afraid, all of the systems that are not necessary for defense shut down. And so in such cases, sometimes you find the labor is stalled because the blood is not going to the uterus. It's going to other parts of the body which are in fight, flight, freeze mode. And so a lot of that is caused by fear. So when you eliminate fear throughout your pregnancy, this is not only when you reach labor. This is a process that you have to begin doing immediately you discover that you're pregnant. Actually, even before, just start eliminating fear. Start unlearning everything that you have been taught about how labor, how childbirth looks like, and begin to learn new positive truth that is actually the truth about how labor and childbirth should be. So I'm just going to say that. Eliminate fear. There's nothing to be afraid of. Your body knows what it's going to do. It knows what it's doing. Trust your body. Okay? And then another tip, this one is the tidbit I said I was going to add, is start doing perineal massages a couple of weeks before you actually are due. So I think in the 34th week going forward. Perineal massages, 34 weeks going onward, before you actually get into labor or before you're due. Start with perineal massages. They're going to really help loosen, or loose any tension in your perineum. And during labor and childbirth, perineal massages are going to help prevent tears, help you heal faster. The healing process after giving birth, a couple of months and years after giving birth, will be much faster. Lessen any complications with regards to tearing and all of that kind of jazz. So start with the perineal massages a couple of weeks before you are due. Speak to your midwife or your healthcare provider about when exactly they feel like you can start these perineal massages. And when you start, please be consistent. Do it like 5 minutes a day. You can do it yourself, or you can have your partner do it for you. Yeah, so you or your partner can do the perineal massage. The perineum is the part between your vagina and your anus. That middle part there is the perineum. So basically, you'll be massaging towards the anus with both thumbs, both index fingers, or both middle fingers, or even like 2 fingers at a go on both hands. So you massage from the vagina towards the anus, like that, gently, and also from the vagina to the sides, like that. So either you or your partner can do that. Yeah, it'll be a little bit uncomfortable initially, maybe a little bit painful, because that part is never really touched like that. But soon enough, you'll get with the drill and it won't feel uncomfortable anymore. And it's very helpful. Yeah. Yeah, so the vagina, the perineum, the anus. So clean hands. If it's whether it's you or your partner doing this, make sure your hands, your fingers are clean, washed, and nails are short cut. No sharp edges or anything of the sort, please. Use some coconut oil, grapeseed oil. Coconut oil is a good one to use. Put some coconut oil on your whichever fingers you're going to be using, whether it's your thumbs, your forefinger, or your middle finger, or whether you're using 2 fingers at a go or whatever. So if you're using your thumbs, for instance, you will place your thumb, or your partner will place their thumb a few inches inside your vagina, not too much, just like a little bit, just like at the entrance, and then massage downwards towards the anus, like that. Yes. And then also a few inches inside the vagina towards the sides, like that. So do that for 5 minutes every day, until you are due, like from your 34th, 35th week until you are due. Game changer. I cannot emphasize how good perineal massages are and how helpful they are to prevent tears, to just help your perineum stretch as it should as your baby is coming out of you, so that you don't have any tears, you don't have any sutures, they don't need to stitch you or anything of the sort. Perineal massages are where it's at. So yeah, so that's all I had for this series. This is the end. I might pick it up a little bit later, but for now this is where we end, and I hope you found this helpful. Until the next one, bye.